class today. Good morning to you all. We'll continue the chapter chemical kinetics. Last time we have seen measurement of average rate of reaction and instantaneous rate of reaction through graphical method, and also the factors on which rate of the reaction depends. And now we will do the law of mass action. This is the important part from this chapter on which questions are set almost every year in board examination. So the law of mass action is quantitative. Quantitative means amount. Quantitative dependence of reaction on concentration. So main thing that is the concentration term we will be considering here. So this was given by Goldberg and Waage, and they gave a relationship. They gave a relationship between the rate of reaction and the molar concentration of the reactant. So they gave a relationship between the concentration of the reactant. If the reactant is your A, giving you the product, then the rate of this reaction will be directly proportional to the concentration of the reactant A according to Goldberg. That is, this is the relationship. And then they have defined it that this is your concentration term is taken to be molar concentration, not your grams per liter, but this is this concentration, either it could be gram per liter or mole per liter. But when we say molar concentration, it is moles per liter, and only concentration, then any one of the two it could be. So here we will be considering only moles per liter, so that is molar concentration. So rate of this reaction will be depending upon this, and here if it is your A moles of A is undergoing the reaction and producing a product or maybe more than one product, then the rate of the reaction will be directly proportional to the molar concentration of A. Molar concentration of A means molar concentration of the reactant. And this molar concentration term, this will be raised to the power, what it is? Coefficient, stoichiometric coefficient. So this is what the definition here. The rate of the chemical reaction is directly proportional to the product. This term I will explain you. Of active mass. Active mass means molar concentration. So active molar mass, the molar concentration, other meaning is active mass. Active mass means if you have this much big piece of the substance of the reactant, and suppose this is having 10 grams weight. So out of this 10 grams, not necessary all the entire 10 grams will be your A will be undergoing the reaction. So how many moles out of this 10 grams undergoing the reaction, that will be your active mass of this. And how many moles are undergoing, that is your molar concentration. So therefore they have emphasized more upon the molar concentration, how much or how many moles per liter of the reactant undergoing the reaction when at any particular time, because when concentration will be more, their reaction rate will be fast, but if the concentration is less, reaction rate will be slow. So at a particular time, how much they are, means molar concentration is undergoing to react. So this molar concentration term is important, that is called active mass. So not necessary that always there will be only the one this thing your mole of this will be maybe more than 1 mole, that is reacting. So if it is your 8 moles of A reacting, the rate of this reaction is directly proportional to the active mass of this reactant raised to the power, this concentration term, molar mass, active mass is raised to the power, the coefficient, the stoichiometric coefficient of the reactant in the chemical reaction at a given temperature and at any particular time, because rate of the reaction changes with the change of temperature and it also will be different at different time. So here this is one example of this your expression of law of mass action. If I take another your reaction like this, A moles of A and B moles of B, two reactants are there combining and giving the product, then the rate of this particular reaction according to the law of mass action, that is the rate of the reaction, will be directly proportional to the product of, here this is product means mathematical product of the active masses. The active masses, now it will be, because we have more than 2 reactant, active masses term of the reactant raised to the power equal to the stoichiometric coefficient. So here it is not the plus sign, here it is the product, so multiplied. So rate of the reaction is directly proportional to the mathematical product, you can say. Here this is mathematical product of the active masses of the reactant raised to the power to their stoichiometric coefficient at a given temperature and at any particular time. So we can write R is equal to K into A raised to the power A and B raised to the power B. So where this R is your rate of the reaction, this is rate of the reaction, and K is called rate constant. This is rate constant. Okay, also known as a specific reaction rate, a specific reaction rate, also known as velocity constant, also known as a velocity constant or velocity coefficient. So these are also the terms for it. So, but commonly we call it a rate constant. You should know by these names also this K. So this is about the law of mass action. And okay, now more example. If you have a reaction like 2A is giving you product. So according to the law of mass action, rate will be is equal to K into concentration of A raised to the power 2. And if you have a reaction like A moles of A, B moles of B and C moles of C giving you product or maybe products, then rate is equal to K into concentration of A raised to the power A, B raised to the power B and C raised to the power C. This is expression for the law of mass action, where R is the rate of the reaction and K is the rate constant. So according to the law of mass action, we do not consider the concentration of product. We only consider the molar concentration of the reactant. Now if you have a reaction like this, sulfur and oxygen combining and giving sulfur dioxide. In this case, these two are reacted. So rate must be is equal to K into concentration of this and this. But this is wrong. Why this is wrong? Because this is solid and this is gas. So in the solid, the reaction will be only on the surface, and therefore this is not considered. So in this case, R is equal to K into concentration of O2. So this you remember. So in case of solid reactants, the rate does not depend upon the concentration of the solid, but only depends upon the concentration of the gas. So remember this case particularly. Now limitation of the law of mass action. What is the limitation? It holds good only for simple reaction. For simple reactions means one-stepped reaction. This holds good. But if the reaction is complicated reactions, that is multi-step reaction, this law of mass action cannot be applied, does not hold good for the complicated reaction. We will do now rate law, and last time we have seen rate of the reaction. So according to this rate law, the rate expression written on the basis of the balanced equation does not give the true rate of reaction. The important is true. So if your reaction goes like this, A moles of A and B moles of B and C moles of C give you some product, then you have studied earlier the rate of the reaction is equal to the K rate constant into concentration of A raised to, this is active mass or the molar mass you have done. A is the stoichiometric coefficient and B is raised to the power B and C is raised to the power C. This is according to the previous thing which you have done, the rate of the reaction. Now rate law says that the rate of the reaction is not the expression on the basis of balanced equation. What you are getting, the coefficient, on that basis you cannot say that the molar concentration is raised to that power. The true rate expression for a reaction can be obtained on the basis of experimental data. How many moles of A, B and C exactly reacting in the experiment, that will be actually telling you, giving you correct information about the true rate of the reaction, and is always written for the slowest step. That is rate determining step. So what I have underlined, that is important to know, and that's why I have jotted down these points. You need to know these things. So rate law is the mathematical expression. Mathematical expression which describes the experimentally observed dependence. Not theoretically, but experimentally observed dependence of reaction rate on the molar concentration of the reactant. That is what In the rate law, the rate of reaction is expressed in terms of product of molar concentration. Product, this is product of the molar concentration. Molar concentration of reactants with each concentration term raised to the power, describing the true dependence of the rate of the concentration. So this power which is raised, that will be describing true dependence. So this according to the rate law, this rate expression, true rate of the reaction, is written as R is equal to K into concentration of A raised to the power P, or I write there. Here, rate is equal to K into concentration of A raised to the power P into concentration of B raised to the power Q into concentration of C raised to the power R. So this P, Q, R, which are here the powers, these are experimental molar concentration which we have obtained. So it may be A, B and C. May or may not be. These may or may not be. Maybe or may not be is equal to P, Q or R. Okay, so when we express rate in terms of true molar concentration which we obtained experimentally, then it is your rate law. So that's all about the rate law. Now we'll see about the rate constant. Now rate constant also called the specific reaction rate. You can see here it is the rate of reaction when concentration of each of the reactant is a unity. Concentration is 1 mole per liter at a given temperature. So if this is the reaction, then according to the rate law you have seen R is equal to K into concentration of A raised to the power P into concentration of B raised to the power Q into concentration of C raised to the power R. And P, Q and R, that is you have seen are experimentally obtained data, and when concentration of A, B and C is 1 mole per liter, then we will, according to this expression, this is 1, this is 1, this is 1, so we will have rate is equal to rate constant. So the rate constant you can define as a reaction, rate constant of a reaction defined as the rate of reaction. This rate constant is the rate of the reaction when the concentration of each of the reactant is unity at a given temperature. So this is the definition, simple thing. I have written these points, students. These are important points for examination point of view. Now we will see the units of rate constant. So we have the example of the reaction this, and according to this, that rate law which we write, we will have this expression for the rate law, and these powers P, Q and R, which are the powers to which molar concentrations are raised, on which exactly truly the rate of the reaction depends. So if the sum of P, Q and R is N, then this expression we can write like this: rate is equal to K into concentration of reactants raised to the power N, where small n is the sum of P, Q, R, which are the powers to which concentration terms are raised, on which the true rate of the reaction depends. So we will derive now the units of rate constant, and now we'll So we have this expression rate is equal to K into concentration of reactants raised to the power n. So rate constant K will be is equal to rate upon concentration of reactants raised to the power n. The unit of rate is moles per liter per second upon the unit of concentration is moles per liter whole n. Now if we take this up, we'll have moles per liter. We can write this as 1. If this goes up, we'll have moles per liter raised to the power minus n, and we have got second minus 1. So bases are same, so power will be added. Moles per liter raised to the power 1 minus n into second minus 1. Now further we go, we'll have moles moles raised to the power 1 minus n, and we have into liter minus 1 raised to the power 1 minus n into second. So this we can also write as moles 1 minus n into liter minus 1 and plus n into second minus 1, and moles raised to the power minus 1 into liter raised to the power this into second raised to the power minus 1. So this will be the unit of rate constant for a general reaction. The unit when the reactants are in the solution, when it is in the gaseous form, so in this term we will not be having. Instead of moles, it will be atmosphere. So for gases, it will be atmosphere raised to the power 1 minus n into second raised to the power minus 1. This is for the gaseous reactant. Now we'll do the next thing. We will see characteristic of rate constant. As you see, it is measure of rate constant. Rate constant is directly proportional to the rate of the reaction. Higher the value of rate constant, more faster will be the reaction. Second, it is a definite value at a particular temperature. Temperature will increase, rate constant will increase, means at higher temperature, faster reaction will be there. And rate constant is constant at a given temperature. This point is important. It does not depend upon initial concentration. When you started at that time, what concentration was there? Even if you do not know, then also you can find out the rate of the reaction if you know the rate constant. Its unit depend upon overall order of reaction. This example we had of the reaction, and according to rate law we have this expression, you know, P, Q and R. These are the experimental values of the molar concentration which actually took part in the reaction, and these P, Q and R are the indicating order of reaction of A, B and C respectively. P is the order of reaction of reactant A, Q is the order of reaction of the reactant B, and R is the order of reaction of the reactant C. and their sum is n, and n is the order of reaction or this particular reaction as a whole. And we have derived earlier, and according to that we have found this relationship when the reactants are in the liquid state solution. Moles raised to the power 1 minus n, liter raised to the power n minus 1 into per second. And if reactants are in the gaseous state, then atmosphere raised to the power 1 minus n per second. So the value of K indicates how fast or slow a reaction will proceed. So next we will do the types of order of reaction, and we will determine their units. So till then, bye.